What's up guys, Dustin Doyle back with another video, and today's video is all about the app DoorDash. And we'll get into what exactly DoorDash is, if you don't already know. But this is the good, the bad, and the ugly of DoorDash. Alright, so first off guys, what is DoorDash? Well, quite simply, DoorDash is an app that people can use on their phones to order food from specific different restaurants in different areas, although it's not available everywhere right now. We'll get into that later. You can order food online through an app, and you can have drivers, like me, deliver the food to you. But what's great about this, not only can you get food delivered to you, you can make money with DoorDash by delivering the food. And as a restaurant, you can make extra money from having people you don't have to pay to deliver the food to the customer. So you're making more sales without really spending any more money already on employees. So let's get into it. The good, the bad, and the ugly of DoorDash. First up, the good. What's good about DoorDash? Well, I kind of went through some already. You can make more money as a restaurant with DoorDash. You can make money as a driver for DoorDash, which is what I'm mostly going to be talking about in this video. You can set your own schedule as a driver. You can pick the hours you want to work. Now, obviously, there's peak times and lower times, slower times, which, you know, you got to determine where you want to work. But in the end, you can pick the hours you want to work. If you change your mind, you can easily change it. If you're already on a shift, which is what they call it, if you're on a dash is actually what they really refer to. A dash, you're dashing. DoorDash kind of makes sense, right? During a dash, you can even cancel the dash. You can end the dash. You can take breaks during the dash, but if you extend 30 minutes, you will get kicked off, and you just have to redo the thing, which is not even bad or ugly. That's just like makes sense. It's like a 30-minute break maximum thing, but you can log back on anyway. You can make your own money. I mean, you can make more money, make your own schedule, and you can honestly be a good person and help the lazy people of the world, you know, in this country at least, bring their food to them without them having to drive, order, pick up, or anything. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the good of DoorDash. And there's other things, but those are the main keys of being a DoorDash driver. Making extra money, creating your own schedule. I mean, that's kind of all you really need to have as good. And unfortunately, there's a lot of bad and there's a lot of ugly. So let's get into the bad. And I mean, they can kind of be bad and ugly, but the ugly we'll really get into. We'll dive into that very soon. Some of the bad with the app DoorDash is, and this is bad for the driver, the restaurant, and the customer. DoorDash, the site or the app, whatever, I've never actually personally ordered off DoorDash, but I get orders constantly, not constantly, I mean I get them here and there, where people order things that aren't on the menu, haven't been on the menu in years, or just recently were taken off the menu. And a good example right now is Taco Bell. If you get a Taco Bell order, there is a good chance that someone may have ordered nacho fries in that order. And I'm in New Jersey, so the region I'm in, I don't know how it is with the rest of the country and the world. Nacho fries aren't available in my region. So I get orders still. Every time I get a Taco Bell order, there's always nacho fries a part of it. I actually had one today. And each time I just have to let the customer know. I text them and call them. And I let them know, hey, they don't have it on the menu anymore, and they say it's fine. I don't know how they go through the whole process of getting their money back and getting the order canceled or the item canceled. It just, you kind of have to deal with it, whatever. But yeah, DoorDash itself doesn't always automatically update the menus. The actual restaurant or corporate, or I guess maybe just the regional restaurant itself, has to call DoorDash to update it manually. They have to tell them what's not on the menu anymore, what items are on the menu. And DoorDash eventually will change it, but right now there's a lot of that going on. And it's not the worst thing. That's why it's in the bad. It's not too bad. It's not ugly at all because it's very easy fix. And so far for me personally, anytime there has been an issue with that, the customer has been very good. Except for the one time, and the customer is still fine. They ordered like a custom cake thing, but they ordered it that day. They wanted a custom cake. That makes no sense. You don't order a custom cake with pictures and like sayings on for a happy birthday to be delivered 15 minutes after you ordered. That just doesn't make sense. We're not in that. It's 2018. We're not there yet. We will get there shortly, probably. But that order had to be canceled, and I was actually refunded. I wasn't refunded, but the customer, I guess, had to be refunded their order, and I got paid for half of it, which is kind of a good thing. We'll add that to the good. If an order does get canceled out of your realm, out of anything that has nothing to do with you, the driver, you will get paid for half the order that you would have gotten paid for. Not half the order itself, but half of what you would have made for that order delivering it. So that's another good. I didn't mention that one. Here's another bad though. Let's get back to the bad. Another bad thing is DoorDash, sometimes when it's busy, and it hasn't been that busy lately for me at all, sometimes they really rush you to get to the next delivery. So what they'll do is give you really no time to squeeze, to have any traffic, to have any red lights, have any stop signs. It seems like sometimes when it's really busy, you have to get that item You have to get that item real fast and zip down the road and kind of speed. That's what they want you to do sometimes, it feels like. And if you don't, you're going to be late. They do give you a 5-minute overdraft period of when, like a grace period of when the order is supposed to be delivered. So if it has to be delivered at 12:20, you have until 12:25 to not get dinged, because there's a whole rating system that goes into it. But ladies and gentlemen, sometimes they give you literally, you pick up the item and there's no time to dilly-dally at all. You have to get going. You can't even like put the information in that you have all the items. You can't even like find the address. It's like go, go, go. You have to go or you're going to be late. And that's happened. I got a couple lates. And that was like my first couple days, so I didn't understand the app fully. I didn't know how to contact customer support to get it fixed. And that's going to be reserved for the ugly section in a couple seconds. But just so you know, sometimes you are going to be rushed to get to the next delivery. And luckily, if you are rushed or if you're late because of a restaurant, you can contact customer support. But it is what it is. You know, we'll get into it, like I said, the customer support. The last bad I'm going to talk about. That's not too ugly, but it can be bad. Lately this week, it's been like this a lot. And I'm also in a touristy area. Like, I'm in a summer tourist area, so it makes sense why it is the way it is and how it can be like this. It's the off season now from where I live, so everything kind of isn't as busy. Restaurants start closing down in this area over the next couple months, and certain areas just aren't popular during the winter and fall. I mean, some stuff in the fall, but in my area, it's going to be slower now, and I'm going to have to get used to it, and I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do with DoorDash exactly. But another bad is it's going to be slow a lot. Probably unless you're in a city or busy city or something, it probably won't ever be slow. I know where I live in Jersey, it's going to be slow now. So maybe this isn't for everybody who's doing DoorDash. If you're in a city, I don't think this one's going to really matter, because if you're in a city with a lot of people who order food with DoorDash and all these other apps, you'll be fine. But for little areas that maybe be more touristy in the summer, I was doing decent in the summer. The end of summer I started doing DoorDash. Literally this last month I actually started. So I'm already noticing how slower it is since it is the off season. So if you are in an area that's like that, where you have an on and off season, a busy and slow season, the slow season will make it slow and you will get less deliveries, and you will be sitting in your car for hours at a time not getting deliveries. I did that today and that was not fun. So I came home and now I'm making videos and doing other stuff because I was getting really bored. That happened to me 3 times this week, where I just sat for an hour, got bored, went home. And if I waited out, I probably would have got more deliveries as the day went on, but I was just getting bored. I don't want to sit in a car for hours at a time and not be doing anything. So that's the bad. But ladies and gentlemen, we're about to talk about the ugly. And with DoorDash, there's a lot of ugly. If you ever decide to do DoorDash, here's some of the things you really have to look out for. I already talked about orders not being right, ordered correctly. Those little issues are very easy to take care of with customer support, if the customer support agent that you're working with speaks good English and has good equipment. Because, oh my god, the other day this week, I had a person order Starbucks. I picked it up. As soon as I picked up it in my hand, DoorDash kept calling me. They called me 5 times, and every time I answered it, they wouldn't say anything. All I heard was Mike's microphone shuffling around and paper shuffling around for 10-20 seconds before they even said anything. So I hung up like 2 or 3 times, and finally they called me again, and I got really annoyed, and I'm like, who is this? And then they're like, oh, this is DoorDash. Except the lady who was doing it, she's probably a nice person, so I don't mean any disrespect, but I could barely understand her accent. But more importantly, I probably would have been able to if her whatever mic set, she was probably working from home, was crap. It was trash. It actually was. Ladies and gentlemen, it was bad. It took me half an hour between trying to call her, talk to her on the phone, and work with the agent through the chat, which you can do chat or the phone, either one. I mean, they have to kind of call you first, so you can call the number during a delivery and you can talk to the agent. Like I said, if it's not a good agent with good equipment and a good accent, you're kind of dealing with things. So I sat for almost half an hour, maybe even half an hour, trying to get this order figured out because the customer canceled it. I was in contact with the customer. She was having the same issue with the lady. She didn't understand what's going on. She just wanted to cancel it, knew what I can do about it, and I just told her I have to talk to them. But it's canceled. That's fine. I'm not coming to your house. I have the items. It's fine. Like, they'll take care of it. You'll probably get refunded. I don't know exactly the process. And with the lady talking to her, I knew it was the same lady. It wasn't very helpful. Finally, she ended up like giving me the money and canceling the order. But that thing was, they kept calling me, saying the order was canceled. And for another extra 15 minutes, I was still logged onto that order. And when you do that, they don't look for more orders for you unless it's like right next door to you where you already are. So I was literally sitting for 15 minutes trying to talk to the chat, and they were saying, oh, we're going to cancel the item for you. And then eventually she did, or someone did, and they both canceled the order. And then I got refunded. It was like a $12 order, or the $12 I was going to earn. And they paid me $6 after another half hour waiting, but I was already doing another delivery. So that's not the first time chat has been. That was probably the worst experience I had with chat. But sometimes you can't understand them. Sometimes you can't hear them from their equipment, their microphone, their headset, whatever they're using to communicate with you. Like, this lady was just shuffling everything around. It sounded like she was literally like holding it and like moving it, or she had like no mic at all and she was just talking into like a phone and like shuffling papers and moving stuff around her desk or whatever she was doing. That's what it sounded like. So it was a really not great experience. Like I said, I spent over half an hour trying to figure out what was going on. In the end, I got half the money and I had 2 things of Starbucks. So I was feeling good after that because I had 2 sugary things of Starbucks and I had a lot of caffeine after that, and I was hyped. Very, very hyped. But that was probably the worst. But there's plenty of great DoorDash representatives, chat. They're not all like that. There's actually a lot of helpful ones, and they're very nice. So the only ugly I'm saying about that, it really is that sometimes you really might not be able to understand them. And in that case, go to the chat and you'll hopefully get someone else and not the same person. And eventually they'll call you to confirm everything and like to confirm everything. And speaking of confirming things, this is another ugly. I have not experienced this yet, but there are some scams with DoorDash. Not with DoorDash themselves, but with people pretending to be DoorDash representatives. Now, this can be like an inside job with DoorDash representatives, having their friends call people. I don't know how these scams work, but apparently there is some security hacks with DoorDash, and I think they're trying to fix it. I don't know if they fixed it or not, but my friend was telling me how he was like looking into it and how things were happening, and he talked to some people, and he was like looking at how people were doing, and there's videos about this stuff. And one of the scams that I know of, and I don't know if I'm going to get 100% accurate, but I actually watched a video on it, and this guy got a call or a text, I believe it was a text. And first of all, DoorDash tells you right on the app, never share your password or don't share your login information, never share your password. DoorDash will never ask for your password, so don't ever give it to anybody who says they're from DoorDash. And this guy got a text saying, oh, you won extra money with DoorDash for being a great driver or some reason like that. And you like qualified for a bonus, which they do give out bonuses and stuff, but usually you would know about it ahead of time. So it just said, please confirm your password. And the guy, for some reason, he knew he shouldn't have done it, but he did it because he trusted DoorDash enough, because it was an actual DoorDash number, because they all have like the same first number and everything. And usually it's the same number you see. So he trusted DoorDash, or what he thought was DoorDash, and he ended up, his money got taken out, or money got taken back in. He like got the money back, and he changed everything so they couldn't take all the money. Or I forget how he like settled it, but he got all his money back, or they didn't take the money, but his account was hacked. So never, if you are going to be a DoorDash driver, a restaurant, or anybody doing anything with DoorDash, even a customer, never ever give your information out to a text or a phone call from a DoorDash representative, because the fine print all in the app and everything when you're signing up, they specifically say you will never have to give your password as confirmation. So if you ever get asked for that information, if it's a scam, watch out. There's all different types of scams. That's the one that I know of, and I know there's a couple other ones, but I'm not going to talk about them because I really don't know the full story on them. But I'll make a whole separate video on just scams and all the ones. I'll look them up and research them, and I might actually fall into one. I don't know. But guys, this is a general DoorDash video about the good, the bad, the ugly. You can make a lot of money. You can make your own schedule. You can meet some cool people as well. but the app has some issues. They don't update things all the time. DoorDash support isn't the best all the time, but it can be great too. It can also be crap. Restaurants themselves too, I didn't go through this. Restaurants can actually be kind of rude to customers and you as a driver. I witnessed that firsthand with my friend actually. Before I started door dashing, I went with him, which I don't even know if you're supposed to do that or not. I drove with him, I rode with him as he was making deliveries. He was showing me the ropes and how to do it and how the app works, like in action, which is very helpful because I would have been totally lost doing that. So the customer ordered something, they didn't get it, and then she claims that the restaurant didn't give it to her. And the restaurant called, or he called her, the restaurant, she called the restaurant. They both were talking to the restaurant. She was very rude to them, the lady at the restaurant. So, you know, restaurants can cause problems too. So just watch out. There's a lot of things that go on with this app DoorDash. And all I'm going to say is DoorDash is great to make extra money. And like I said, to make your schedule. I would highly recommend to not put all your income potential into DoorDash. Which I mean by that is don't make this your only source of income. If something happens to your job and you are door dashing and that's the only thing temporarily, I understand. But try not to have DoorDash be your only source of income, because in another video we're going to go through the rating system, which we didn't talk about in this video because it's kind of complicated and I don't know if it's the good, bad, or ugly. So we'll talk about all about the rating systems and how it can be improved and how easily you can get shut down on DoorDash without even being a bad driver or delivery guy. So in the next video, or one of the next videos coming up with DoorDash, we will talk about the rating system. But right now, I'm Dustin Doyle. Thank you for watching this DoorDash video. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is the good, the bad, the ugly about DoorDash. And if you want to sign up for it, or you already drive and deliver for DoorDash, and what your thoughts are, or if you're a customer of DoorDash, or even a restaurant representative. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about the DoorDash app, because we'll be talking a lot about that very shortly. I'm Dustin Doyle. Thank you for watching.